Go ahead and paint.
All right, just a second. Okay. Okay, turn the way around here. Over the years, Tom, I have to tell you the truth, I don't know what happened to me. Maybe the teaching, my teaching color for almost 50 years, it got so I don't mix color anymore. You know, I just pull the color right out of the tube and I use it direct, as you can see. So that the variety of colors by the sum total of brush strokes, you see, by actually pure color. See? I said, actually just came about, you know, they say, well, where did you get that idea? It's an old idea. It's not, I'm not the only one that's ever done it, you know. As a matter of fact, Van Gogh did it. The way he got so in love with color, you know, he didn't even bother putting it on the tubes on a palette. If you notice some of his painting, he actually squeezed the paint right out of the tube, right under the canvas. See? But as a matter of fact, one of my friends, I was talking to him about pure color. He said, hey, by the way, you know, that's Van Gogh's doing that. Oh, well, I said, I didn't realize that, but Van Gogh is quite a boy to like, you know, to follow if that's what you want to do. But all I'm doing just, you know, I'm just using color because I love color. See, and all of a sudden I'm not mixing it anymore. See? I use grays, but I use it direct. I don't make a lighter gray, darker gray. See, I either use a dark gray, direct, light gray, white, bright red, bright blue. See, that's my approach. That's it, that's the whole story. It's my approach. And the next guy will do it his way. See, his could be much, much better than mine, you know, but I guess that's the nature, the nice things about creative art, you know. It comes out of the self and in a sincere, genuine approach, you know. And if you're successful, fine. If not, it's one of those things, see. What are you gonna do? Some people, like I said, the hell with it, you know. Personally, I don't particularly give a damn, you know. I'm doing it because I like to, see, that's all. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave the brush in there so the color will soften a little bit. You asked me a question a little bit ago. What was it again?
We're talking about the students, how they've changed over the years.
Well, I think they have, you know, because I was there 46 years, you know. 46 years at Columbus College of Art and Design. I mean, I went through, when we first started with just a couple of dozen students, that's all we had. But the couple of dozen students were rugged kids. See, most of them were out of the war. Some have been wounded, others were, you know, hurt mentally and etc. See, but they could take it. See, I was brought up in a way. I mean, for example, my father didn't ever ask me. Now, boys, you know, I had 2 brothers and myself. He said, now you do a good job, you know, in school. Come home with good report cards. Hell, he never said that. He expected it. That is, he expected good grades. And when we did have a C, you had to have, Lord, behold, you know, if you ever had anything below a C, if you show him anything like that, he just looks at you, he gives you a dirty look, and walks away. We knew what he meant. That was tough. Well, that's the kind of thing we started to teach. I was very young too, believe it or not. So we teaching these veterans, you know. They were tough, but they were good. They were good worker, you know. I used to load them with homework because they needed it, if they needed it. If they were weak in drawing, I'd make them draw. I'll never forget it. In my drawing class one time, one boy who had a tough time in the Army, I forgot now, this is about 50-some years ago. No, that was not 50-some years, 45-some years ago, something like that. He said, teach me how to draw, you know. So, and I said, well, I'll do my best. And I had a very good teacher in drawing. And I had certain facility in drawing myself, so I tried to take him along. And I made him see the structure of drawing, see, make him work. I made him work hard, see. Like the construction of a knee. One of the hardest things to draw is around drawing the neck. The neck how it fits into the shoulder, see. I had that poor kid doing his saw-off. Now that I look back, I guess I was a little bit too tough. But the end, when he graduated, in those years, he graduated with a certificate in 3 years. He came up to me and he shook my hands and he said, thank you so much. And you beat the hell out of me, but you taught me how to draw. See? Now you don't get that much anymore now. But it's not the kid's fault. I don't think it's the student's fault. I think it's the teacher's gotten softer. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that the CCAD had gotten softer, although we had a president that happened to replace me, that his philosophy was, make things easier. And I saw the roof right away and I heard that, make things easier. Couldn't he have said, the stupid ass, you know, couldn't he have said, make things better? No, make things easier. And some of the weaker instructors started to make things easier. And I know Ms. Kinney and I, again, Mr. Scheinman at the time, asked us to write a paper, what we thought about what was going on the deal. And we handed in a 31 typewritten page critique of what was going on. And we brought that out, you know, where the faults were. But it was not the student. I know it's a long-winded answer to your question, but it's not the student, it's the teacher. They had too much psychological worry about kids. The kids are wonderful. Tom, I was teaching, I said, in my experience, maybe I'm all wrong, but in my experience, 46-some years of teaching, I've yet to see one student that ever got angry with me because I was tough with them when I was trying to make them better. Never. In the 60s, we didn't have one little stone thrown at us. We were happy, no problem. But we had trouble with an English teacher. See? And he was apparently we found out he was a lousy English teacher. You know, he had kids, I recall, we finally fired him. you know, because he had talking about English, you know, about holding hands in the classroom, you know. I don't know what the hell he did. Anyway, I fired him, and I wanted to check. I said, where does this guy, he had a good resume. I said, where did this guy come from? He came from California. So I called the head man in California in education. See, I told him who I was and who I was talking about. You know what, the director of education in the state of California, he said, how'd you get him? They threw him out of the whole state of California. And we happened to get him because he had a good resume. See, it's the teachers from time to time. And I think, unfortunately, sometimes a lot of the colleges assume that. Too much, you know, catering to the poor kid. Had the kids want to be good, that's what I found out. They all want to be good. They all want to be successful. I don't know, I yet to meet one kid who said, I don't want to be successful. He wouldn't go to that school anyway because at least we're known, and it still is, you know. It's a tough school, but it's good. That's what we wanted, a reputation. It's tough, but good, see. So that's it. I don't think there's any difference at all in the student, but there's a hell of a lot of difference in the teachers. That's where you have to be careful. We're fortunate, while we're talking about teachers, especially, and I was going to talk about the 3rd and 4th year level today. We have excellent teachers. We really do. See, we still have most of them, you know, that we had a lot